morning, everybody! Welcome to day 114 of Level Grinding, the Daily Hustle. I am Rachel Bastrash Bogan, and I'm an entrepreneur, video editor, and author. If you've been following me before, you know the spiel, but if you're not and you're a new subscriber, I want to say thank you, and welcome to my show, and welcome to my channel. Every single day, well, mostly every single day, 5 days a week, I make these videos about how I'm building my business and how I'm going after my goals. So today, let's get started. One of the first things that I do every single morning is that I take a walk with the dog. One, this gets him tired out so I can work, but two, it also gives me some great exercise. This is kind of the completion of my morning routine. If you haven't seen my morning routine video, go ahead and click right here. It's all about why you need one and why you should set one up in your life. Trust me, as somebody who is not naturally a morning person, having a morning routine has saved my life, and it's really helped me out with my time management. And surprisingly enough, this entire week has seemed like it's all about time management. Alright, it's now time for breakfast, and the first thing that I'm going to do is take a look at my 12-week year, make some notations down for the things that I've already gotten done today, especially the things that are a part of my morning routine. They are currently in Goal 1. You can see some of them right there at the top. So I'm going to mark those down, get those off of my list, and then I'm going to take a look at my Midori and see what I have scheduled for today, what are the tasks that haven't been getting done for the rest of this week, and see what I can move around to schedule things and to get everything done on time. And pens. And this is a look at what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to continue working for my client that has the archive project. I've got to draft a blog for Screenlight. This is one of the online editing blogs that I write for. And then I want to get back to my Twitter prep for Renegade, preferably start a blog draft for myself. I still need to write a newsletter for Drew, so I might try and do that as well. We'll see what I can get to. Because the other thing is, I have another doctor's appointment today. And before you all freak out as to why I'm heading to the doctor so much this week, it's totally fine. We just changed insurances, and so I just got to get all set back up in our new facility with our new doctor and all that stuff. So a lot of the things that are going on this week are just simply checkups and making sure that everything's in the system. Regrettably, they just can't do them all on the same day. All right, so the work for Prov is started, and I have a little help today. What do you think, Radar? Huh? You helping Mommy? It is 10 of 12, and so I have been working for the past, probably the past 45 minutes or so on this email copy for Drew. The beauty of it is that I didn't actually have to generate a lot of it. Drew already had a whole bunch of this created. You can see kind of like what he already had written down in our Trello board that we share. So it was really easy to take this, flesh it out, make it a little bit more sensible. Drew writes in very clipped sentences when he's thinking really fast, so I like to take that stuff apart and make it a little bit easier to read. But this is done, and now I can attach it back to our Trello board. And so we can discuss it. I leave things like this on him for reviewing and whatnot. And so I can throw this here, and we can review it at our next meeting, which I'm really looking forward to. One of the things that I like about using Trello is that it allows me to dump all of the stuff that I need to share with Drew in one tiny little place. I can create lists of all the different things and the different categories that we're working with, and then I can add cards for the individual items that we need to review and discuss. It allows me to put pictures on the back. It allows me to put links to documents that are both in Google Drive or in Dropbox, and it's extremely easy to share boards with people and to give them updates saying, hey, you need to check in on this. It's really a tool that allows me to collaborate with Drew. I live in Denver, Colorado, and Drew lives in Asheville, North Carolina. So this is a method that we use to share information back and forth, especially when he is traveling. He's been out of the country a lot lately, pursuing other options and things that he wants to do, like learning Spanish and stuff like that. So this allows us to maintain that business contact without needing to have an email string going back and forth. If you've ever emailed somebody with a project and you're trying to figure out details and you're going back and forth about all the things that need to get changed, it's often for those details to get lost or to get misplaced. And so the thing I like about Trello is that it allows me to do that. So this is not a sponsored post for Trello. This is just simply, hey, I find this a beneficial tool. I know some people do their entire 12-week year in Trello. I've looked at systems like that. It does not work for me. Not at all. Not at all. But this system works really well for helping me organize bigger projects because I can see it in the different stages. I can see what the individual tasks are, and it allows me to be able to share that with clients across the board and across the country. And with that, I have all of my work done for Drew. I can't schedule the meeting right now, and that is because his scheduler is not working right. He uses an online booking software to enable him to populate his calendar with stuff, so he doesn't actually have to go back and forth. I just pick the time slot that works for me, and we're good to go. But that's not working right now because he's been out of the country and he hasn't populated it with available times. So I can't do that, which is fine, but I have done everything else. So I can mark Drew off my to-do list. Hooray! Oh gosh, it is Thursday, and I still need to do all of this stuff. Although technically I did do some work for Prob, so I could knock that off my to-do list. And because it is 12 o'clock, I'm going to eat some lunch, and then I got to get ready to head out for my doctor's appointment. I'm taking the bus, so that means leaving at 12:50, which is going to cut a little bit into my workday. But that's why I'm working as hard as I can, trying to tag team some of my time, which I try very hard not to do. But that is going to help me to get a lot of stuff done. I'm also thinking about trying to take my laptop on the bus and typing some of my email work or not email work, blog stuff for both my company and for Screenlight, but I sometimes get car sick on the bus, so I don't know if that's actually going to be possible. Okay, lunch. Leftover pizza and grapes, and it is 12:15, which means I have about 15 minutes before I need to get ready to leave the house. Okay, so I'm out the door. I'm on my way to the bus stop, and I already got to admit, I did not bring my laptop. I'm actually not feeling that great all of a sudden, so I didn't want to aggravate that by taking also my laptop on the bus and then not being able to make my appointment. Oh, I am off the bus, and now I get a 4-block walk up to the doctor, which is fine. Having a walk will help settle my stomach out, so fresh air, that's always a good thing. So yeah, after that, when I get home, yeah, I have no clue yet. So here's a cool fact. The bicycles that you just saw with the B-Little station is a part of the B-Cycle network that's here in Denver. Basically, they're rentable bicycles. As long as you check them back into another station, you're totally fine throughout the day. I find it's a little bit expensive for me, but it's still really cool. I've seen these in other cities. Charlotte, North Carolina, where I used to live, had one, and the cool thing about it is that it was invented here in Denver. Almost there. And making good time. Supposed to be here at 1:20 and I'm 10 minutes early. Yes. All done. Yay. Oh, I'm glad to go home. And back outside and back to the bus. I know some people find the bus inconvenient, but I like it. I like being able to get outside. I like being able to get on a walk. You know, and honestly, I don't get outside that much. My job keeps me at my desk, and so, or at my table, either one, but it keeps me inside. And I really miss being outside. I grew up on a farm, so I was outside every single day, and yeah, city living doesn't always agree with me. And you know what? Since I'm walking right past it, I'm popping into Tallulah Jones. So Tallulah Jones is this really cool store that's in City Park West. They've got all kinds of fun gifts and also a great selection of Japanese stationery. Gosh, I can't talk at the moment. So I got a couple of little treats. The guy's face is an eraser, so as you erase away, you change the shape of his head. And then I got 2 little charms for my personal Midori. I haven't had any for it, and these were just so cute. If I have a weakness, it is always for Japanese stationery. Okay, so let's walk and talk. When I get home, I'm going to be looking at my to-do list. I know that I already have a blog post that I need to start drafting for Screenlight, so I'm going to get started on that. Then, based probably on that content, I'm also going to be starting my own work on my own blog. Mostly because that needs to get started. I'm supposed to put one out soon, and so I'd like to at least get some thoughts on paper about what that's supposed to be. I'm going to get home probably around 3:30, so that's not necessarily going to be a whole lot of time to keep working, but I really feel like I can at least get something started. The other thing that I want to do is research how to post things and schedule them in advance on Twitter. In the past, I've used Hootsuite. However, they've changed the way that their free accounts use their posting schedule, so you're now really severely limited as to how many things you can post in a month, and that's really frustrating. So I'm looking to see what other options there are out there, and this is mostly so that I can auto schedule stuff. I won't have to actually think too much about doing it other than just making more content, and this frees me up to be able to focus on the other things that I need to do, but it also keeps my social account active. And this is something that I really need to do better on Twitter, because Facebook's active but Twitter is not. And Twitter honestly is a fantastic place to be interacting with people and to be networking. Some of my best opportunities have come through Twitter, so I don't want to lose it for my company. Don't worry, that wasn't my bus. Sometimes people look at me funny when I'm standing on the bus. The reality is that I prefer to stand. I can get car sick on the bus pretty easily, and standing for some reason helps out with that. I'm not quite sure why, but despite that fact, if you ever are in Denver, the RTD bus system is one of the best in the country. It can get you all over town, and it's relatively easy to navigate, especially if you have access to the internet, like on your smartphone or on a computer. The RTD trip planner is fantastic, and I use it all the time. So yeah, if you ever visit Denver, that's your little tip. Use RTD. Thank you! Alright, so I made a whole lot better time out of downtown than I thought I would. Nobody wanted to stop off the 15L, so I'll take it. Oh. Now that I'm home, it is time to get into the rest of the things for today. So that includes Twitter prep, blog draft, and a draft for Screenlight. But first, I wanted to show you. So this is the charm that I have on my current Midori. It's a little turtle. My sister got it for me years ago, and I've always wanted to do something with it. So now I have a book to put it on. And then these are the ones that I just got at Tallulah Jones. The star to remind me to always look bright towards the future, and the donut to remind me of just how much I like gluten-free donuts, because I do. Someday I want to open a gluten-free bakery shop, so that's kind of reminding me of that little dream. Aha! There is a scheduled tweet option. It's just in the Twitter ad account. Sweet. This is extremely helpful. Oh my goodness! What is up with you? You tired of the fact that I'm working? Too bad. Mommy works until 5. You know that. So this little thing is found in the Twitter ads account. So if you have one of these, you can schedule tweets, which I did not know about. Thank God for Google, because you can find all this stuff out. And so I am busy scheduling tweets. Let's see. Let's schedule this. And the thing is that I am doing here is that I am just working with the content that I created for Facebook. I don't normally recommend doing this because you don't want somebody to look on your Facebook and be like, hey, I just saw that tweet just on Twitter 10 minutes ago. That's not cool. But I wanted to be able to do this just to say that I got it and to start getting experience with the back end of this particular mechanism. Thank you, Twitter. I really appreciate it. And there we go. Look at that. I may have to change a couple things in the future for these things to show up right, but I'm willing to give these a whirl and see what happens. You can always innovate later. The concept of innovating later really changed my life. It's something that my mentor and I have talked about a lot. The idea is that just get something out there, whatever it is, a version of a thing, a website page, a book. The idea is just get something out there. In today's day and age, having something perfect often shoots you in the foot. The internet, the world of business, it moves so fast that if you wait until everything is perfect to be able to launch whatever it is, then you will never ever be on or at a place where that's going to be well received, because you have to get stuff out there. And so these these tweets are falling in that category of just get something out there, innovate later. The beauty of this is that these are going to live here for a month. That's it. In a month, if somebody still wants to look at them, they totally can scroll back through my feed, their feed, but the reality is that that's probably not going to happen. So that means that I have a month to see what happens, and then iterate again come April. So I'm really looking forward to this. This has been a long time coming. I'm really glad that I finally took the time today to really make this a thing and to get it done. And the beauty of it is that it boosts my score for this 12-week year, for this week. So I was just looking here and checking off things off my to-do list, and I noticed something really cool. So if you remember, when I started this week, this would have been the video that came out on Tuesday, you would have seen this was an empty block of time, and I said that anything that I didn't do on this particular stretch of things was going to get bumped down into Friday. Well, look at what's getting bumped down into Friday. My drafting for Screenlight, my drafting for my own blog, and finishing my prep for my taxes. That's fantastic. I am really super excited about that because it means that I have a whole nother day, or at least most of the day, to do these things, and I may actually get a lot of this done. The one thing I'm expecting that probably won't happen is getting all of my financials ready for tax season, mostly because I still have a lot of work to do to catalog everything because I had to start over. Thanks, Quicken. I hate you. But yeah, I'm stupid excited about this, guys. This is fantastic. All right, so I'm eating supper and getting ready to hang out on Google Hangouts with a friend of mine. And this is going to be the end of the video. So I will see you all tomorrow. Remember, innovate. Get something out and innovate. So if you got questions or comments, leave them below. If you haven't yet subscribed, click the little subscribe button, which I think is right here. And for all of you who've been watching and following the journey, mwah, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.